Hello. Hello. Okay. I think everything should be set up. There's a lot of buttons to press today and a lot of complicated things going on to try to get this in Discord and YouTube and Twitch. Hello. Let me know if the audio is off. There should be music playing, but I don't know if that was going through or not. I couldn't tell if I got that working. Um, but hello. Happy Friday. We're here. I clicked all the buttons and now I'm here. So, yay. Very exciting. You can't hear the music. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So, that's okay. Hi. Hello, Ro. Hi, Zergling. Welcome. Um, so in this event, the mechanics of how to create and program vehicles. That wasn't the plan for today, but we can look at that at some point during the stream because that's pretty straightforward. Um, we could look at how to make vehicles. The plan for today's stream is to do the weekly scripting challenge and tell Chrome to play the music channel in the XLR, bump the volume up, then okay, next week I'll try. I'll try all of those things. Today we'll just accept it. Actually, I'm listening to some lovely bossa nova, royalty-free bossa nova music, but unfortunately, y'all are not. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, in the Discord server, there is a weekly scripting challenge every week, and last week's was weather. The week before that was I don't remember. And this week's is fractals. And a fractal is basically like a something that like um gets smaller over time, and like infinitely. Let's just like Google a fractal and take a look. Like this. See all these things? These are all fractals. They're like get smaller and smaller and smaller on an infinite scale. I guess this is mad at me now. But yeah, so that's the challenge this week is to make a fractal. And we had a similar prompt a little while back, that was to use recursion, and everyone just ended up making fractals for that prompt. So what my plan today is, instead of reinvent the wheel per se, I think I'm just gonna base my entry this week off of last entry, the recursion entry. That'll save me some time of like remaking all the stuff I did there, and then I'm just gonna make one a little different. And mine's not gonna be the plan that I'm gonna do is not gonna be like a official fractal per se. It's actually not really fractal at all. I'll show you, or I'll tell you guys my plan in a second. But it's something that I want to make, and it kind of loosely follows the theme, and that's what the point of the weekly scripting challenge is, just to get you to like want to create something. So what I want to create is a spiral because I love spirals. But I'm gonna base it off of my snowflake generator that I made a while back. Because I like this I like using dot big bang in like ways that are not what you're used to seeing. Like this game that we'll see doesn't have a player or a base, like a normal control scheme. You literally just click the screen and snowflakes spawn. So I'm gonna use the framework that I made here and just make a spiral generator. So we'll see what we can get. We'll just kind of wait, you loved spirals until you read Uzumaki by Junji Ito. That's so interesting because I love spirals because I read Uzumaki by Junji Ito. That made me like spirals, and then I became obsessed with them, which is why I want to make a spiral generator. So I'm sorry if this is a little spooky. For people who are scared of spirals. I read Uzumaki and I literally became I got like the spiral illness or whatever. Like I got infected by a spiral after reading that. And I would just talk about spirals all the time, and I would like look around and I would like see spirals everywhere, and I was like, there's a spiral over there. It was really funny. It was a good phase. Maybe I should reread it and reinvigorate that era of my life. But today we're gonna make some spirals. So make Junji Ito proud. So first of all, before we get into this, as you saw, you click on the screen and then you get a snowflake. So this game experience is really straightforward. I made this big box, which is like the plane of where you can click. So if there's like a ray that shoots out of where the mouse is on the screen, and when it collides with this box, that's when it spawns the snowflake. The snowflake is controlled by this one script. Nope, not that. By something. I don't know. I think there's like 4 entities in here. Snowflake is a template, and you can set some properties on it. How many branches, minimum branches, layers, etc. And it's like, yeah, less than 70 lines with a bunch of comments in it. Really simple. Had this recursive function that just calls itself until it's done the amount of layers it wants to do and then stops. So I'm going to remix this because I basically I want to use this clicking setup, and I don't want to rewrite it because I already wrote it. So we'll make our new, I'm going to do save as. If you wanted to do this on your own, you could remix my game. It's remixable. Because it's my own game, I'm not going to remix it. I'm just going to save a new one. Oh, I saw that new Uzumaki thing. I heard about it, I feel like 2 years ago or something. And it still hasn't come out, but I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really cool. Okay. So my cat is just, oh yeah, the cat's here. That's what's new. That's every single stream. So this is not a snowflake generator. It's gonna be a spiral generator. Sprout, no, you're in the way. Come here. Oh, you're big. So we're not gonna use a lot of parts of this. There's also something on the camera here that's important to note. Let's find my camera. I'm all over the place. I need to get back in like teaching mode. I didn't stream for a little while, and I think I like lost a lot of skills at explaining things. So let's get back in the swing of how to explain stuff again. So there's this script called spawn template on click. Oh yeah, the floofy Sprout, the star of the show in every stream, this big fluff ball who has been sleeping peacefully in a little box on the floor next to my desk all day long for probably like 6 hours now, and did not have was never inclined to come bother me. And right when I started talking on stream, I think she knows that I'm on camera, and it goes, oh, I gotta wake up and I gotta go get some attention. So that's here she is. But so there's a script called spawn template on click, and I have it on the camera because it is go away. No, she just broke my script. Okay. Because it gets the mouse position and canvas coordinates based on what the camera is seeing, and then it will spawn an entity from a template based on if it interacts with something that has the tag clickable on it. So because the camera is always looking at this big box that turns invisible when the game starts, if the mouse clicks on anything tag clickable, like this box, then it will spawn a template there. So that's how the spawning stuff works. And I just hide that box at the start so you don't see it, but there is a big box there. You're just clicking on this box, and then whatever the coordinate points of where that click happens in world space is where it starts to spawn something. So I can keep this script the exact same. I do not need to change any of this. I still want it to work that way, but I do not want I don't need this snowflake template anymore. I'm not using a snowflake. I'm going to make a spiral, but I think I'm gonna still use this branch because it's facing the right direction and it's just a little, I don't know, that'll be like one leg of the spiral. So what I want to happen is when I click the screen, I want a spiral to start like piecewise generating. So if we like, I don't know, here's paint. So basically what I'm thinking is you'll click on the screen and then one arm of the spiral will generate, and then, okay, and then another arm, and then another arm. Actually, it would be more like this. It'd be like, and then, nope, nope, didn't mean to press that. And then it'll just keep like expanding outwards like that into a bigger spiral. So while you're holding, so actually we'll need to change that script. I want it to be like while you're holding down the mouse button, like as you're holding down the click, legs of this spiral will continue to be created. We'll have to have a limit. It can't go on forever, but it'll go on for a long time. So this is kind of the vision, if you're curious. So if we think about what's going to happen, we'll have the first leg, which is just kind of spawning. I guess it can spawn an arbitrary angle for the first little arm of the spiral, and then this looks like, I don't know, we'll just branch off at like, if this is like the forward direction, that's like forward, we'll branch off at like I don't know, 45-degree angle from there. Then this is the forward direction. I'm making little arrows. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry. Okay, this is not. Then that's a small, yeah, that's a smaller angle. And then a smaller, actually, I think I'm calculating this wrong. Well, we'll just experiment. But I'm just gonna calculate like a small angle off of the forward direction, and then we can probably like change the scale of each of the segments so that it's like gets a little bit bigger over time. So we'll see. That's the plan so far. So I guess we'll start with our template. Snowflake template is here. This is a snowflake generator, I guess. It's a empty box. That's cool. And then the branch is just a little voxel object. So I'm gonna grab I'll just grab a branch. Oop. Oh yeah, that's not, what am I doing? Snowflake branch, drag it in. So I will also just have the template, which will start with just a box that I'm gonna hide. I don't know, do I have a good box? Whoa. I like these boxes, but that one has okay, so I'll use DMM's little box. I'm gonna add Brad's gizmo script to it, gizmo, so that it hides at start. And then what I'm gonna do is just start to make my little branch script. Actually, just kidding. The first thing I'm gonna do is, no, I'll do that. Okay. So we need this to spawn our pieces, and each piece is going to spawn another piece of our branching spiral. So let's make a new script, and we'll call it spiral generator. What we will need, what's changed about this? Why is that? Okay. So for our spiral generator, what I'm thinking is we will just handle all of this with an array that we're just pushing new entities to, and then we will just so what I'm thinking is the spiral will form and then it will kind of like erase itself out of existence. So we'll keep track of all of our entities that we spawn during that process, and then we will create and delete them as we go. So we'll start with a array called, I don't know, like segments. I guess segments works. And it's gonna be an array of entities, and it'll just be blank at the start. And then we will have something that is the impetus that starts this spiral forming process. So we'll call something like on well, whenever this spawns, I guess it'll just happen on start until we tell it to stop forming a spiral. Or we can move this entity around. Actually, I think we can just move this entity around and hide it when it's done forming. So we don't need to spawn a bunch of these. So we're not going to really use spawn template on click. We'll do something on click. But I'm just going to move this around. And no, I'll spawn multiple in case. Okay, I have a lot going through my head right now. Sorry. But we'll just say like on start spiral, and that will start the spiraling process. So we can have something that's like started or like active. And so it's gonna form like another segment of the spiral in a time interval. So I guess we could say like spawn interval equals, we'll do like 0.2 seconds, but we can change that in the inspector. And I don't know, we'll add functionality as we go. I think it'd be cool if they change color over time, but we can worry about that in a little bit. When we start the spiral, this dot active equals true, and then if this is active, we'll start doing our thing. So doing our thing would entail spawning a new arm at a certain interval. We'll have to calculate the angle that we are spawning and possibly the scale. So we'll have a calculate position. We could change the name or anything about this later, but just sketching out what we'll need. So this will be start spawning spiral segments. Calculate the position of the next segment. And we'll probably like pass in the previous segment maybe. But if this is active, what do we want to do? Let's see. We will first, I need to think of a name of what, like, I guess, spawn next segment is here. And so for the first segment, we'll just do const segment equals, here we'll do add the template. So this will be the template of the segments that we're spawning. Oh, no kitty, no jumping on the chair. Hi Nano. Oh, my cat is bothering me now. Hello. Okay. So we'll add an entity from our template. Let's just get our template equals this dot. Hi Nano. Oh, so nosy. This is my other cat. Loud one. Hi. Oh, so nosy. You're in the way, Nano. Okay. I know there's so much flu in this household. Hi, are you gonna sit down? If you want to stay here, you have to sit. That's the rule. You have to sit. It's the rule. Okay. Hi. I'm sorry. This is a lot. No, this is obnoxious. Okay. Hi. You're in the way. Ah! You are so in the way right now, little one. Okay. She's literally like demanding to be held like a human baby in the middle of this. Hi. You cannot do this. She's like tangled in my headphones as well. Okay, get the template. If there's no template, return. And then the segment is going to be add entity from template. And that's the template. I don't really want this. I guess it could be networked. I don't know. We'll have it networked for now. But we can think about that later. For the position, I'm not setting the position yet. Because the position will be based on the previous position. Yeah, circling. Would be a shame if I made you pay undivided attention to me instead. Okay, so one sec. Okay, so I'm gonna spawn a segment and then we're gonna decide where to put it in a little bit. First, we'll base that position off of the previous segment. Also, on start spiral, I'm doing this all out of order, but when we start the spiral, I'm going to spawn the first segment and add it to the array because this is going to depend on the previous segment, but we got to make sure there's a previous segment. So let's just do the same thing here, and then we will this dot segments, isn't that what it's called? Oh, not speg. Okay, segments dot push segment. And we do want to spawn this at the position of the box. This entity world transform position clone. So we're going to spawn the first segment wherever this box is. And I don't need to worry about the rotation. It's just going to spawn right there. And then we'll push it to our array. So we'll have our first segment in the array. We're ready to go. We need a timer if we're going to be keeping track of the interval time. So if this is active, we'll start the timer. This dot timer plus equals this dot game dot frame delta time. If the timer is greater than or equal to the spawn interval, let's call this spawn interval time. That makes more sense to me. Then we will do our thing, which the thing is spawn the next segment. And so now we know that we'll have a segment in here whenever we get to spawn the next one. I'm going to reset the timer as well. So we'll add the segment to the game, and then we will add it to our array. And then we want to calculate the position of this. So I think I'm just gonna wait, why would I do that? Okay, so we're gonna pass the segment that we're working with in as an entity. And what we'll do is make sure we know the index. Well, the index should be the last position in the array. So we'll just get segments.length -1. And the previous index will just be that minus another one. Let me think about how I'm going to do this for a second. It's hard to do this also while talking because I just like work through it as I go without thinking. So let me think. So how I want this to work is it's just going to base its rotation off of I'm going to set it as a child of the previous segment and then just change the local rotation a little bit, and then I don't even have to worry about a lot of things if I do it that way. So I'm gonna just make, I guess, if we don't use one of these, I'll just delete it, but I'll just have these because I think I might want both of these. This dot segment, so we'll just do index -1 actually. So that's the index of our who is going to be our parent. So equals segments at previous index. So then we'll do segment dot set parent entity to that parent. Oh, true. So then what is this again? Preserve world transform. Oh. No. Yeah, so also I'm going to segment dot world transform dot position. Actually, can you just clone a world transform or copy? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move the segment to the exact same position as the previous segment. And then we'll need to move it forward the length of this object in voxels. So let's do object length. This is kind of silly, but that's what we'll do. I think I had to do this on my last one too. I don't know where that is. I think it's 10. I'll just set it as 10 for now, and we can go figure that out for sure later. And then segment dot world transform dot position dot here, wait. World transform dot get forward, and then so now we're just gonna want to put this branch forward 10 units. So we'll just add a scaled vector, and the vector will be in the forward position, and it'll be the what did I call that? Length, object length units, I think should be good. And then that will move it forward 10 units. And once we do that, we will want to rotate it a little bit to give it the kind of spiraling off thing. So maybe I guess we can get the previous rotation Y. But I might want to keep track of that. Well, let's just see if we can spawn objects in the forward direction every 0.2 seconds. Segment template. I think I can use the snowflake branch for this. This template is just an object, right? Snowflake branch, no scripts, 1 scale. Yeah, I think that should be totally fine. I'm gonna move this out of the way. That was just for fun. So that template is called snowflake branch. So we already got that going. And we need to start, I guess in start, I'll just say on start spiral. There we go. So it's spawning forwardly forever. Which is cool. Are they overlapping though? It looks like they are not long enough, so I think it's 20 units maybe. So we'll try 20. Yeah, that looks better to me. Are they overlapping? No, that's perfect. It was 20 units long. So now they spawn forward every 0.2 seconds. Now we need them to rotate a little bit. And the rotation will, let's just pull up my little sketch. Actually, I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna do it more correctly. File, new, don't save. Okay. So the first one goes straight. Nope. Where's the line tool? Give me the line tool. All right, the first one goes straight. Then the second one will probably go like, oh, that. Is that like the same length? Oh, you know what I could do? Oh no, it doesn't work like that in Paint. Paint's weird. Okay, never mind. No. Alright. I'm struggling. Okay, a line. And then a line like that. No. And then a line like... Wait, how does a spiral look? More like curved. Yeah. I've got to figure out what math is going to be mathing. Yeah, the curve is going to be increasing. So, no. This angle here, this angle here. Whoa. It's a getting smaller angle from, oops, that angle. That should be a little curved. Let me get like a mouse. Yeah, like that. What's that angle doing? Getting smaller? I don't know. We'll start with 45 degrees and then we'll go from there. So we'll just say current theta equals, it's going to start at 45 degrees. So math dot pi over 4, pi over 4, is that it? Pi over 2. Pi is 180, pi over 2 is 90, pi over 4 is 45, I believe. So we'll start with that and then we will like slightly decrease it over time. So then we'll do segment dot local transform dot rotation dot y plus equals, hi Scooter D, welcome to the stream. I'm just making my fractal art scripting challenge for the week and hanging out. Okay, so plus equals oh yeah, let me actually also set the rotation. Oh yeah, no, I copied the whole transform. Okay, we're all set. So local transform plus equals, nope. And then I'll just like, let me look at my reference point. I think it's getting smaller. I'm gonna just like do something really random and see what happens. It's experimentation. Oh my, no. Whoa, this is kind of sick. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's not what I wanted, but I really like it. I'll have to clamp it, and it will need to get smaller by a non-even interval. But it's cool. Actually, I'm just gonna like, that's kind of fun. You can really make random stuff happen. But that's not what I want. So what we need is, I know I'm like making a new cursive language. I do like it, but it is not what we want. So what we'll do, this might be a little too much, but we'll just keep dividing it by 2 over time. Oh, there we got a nice little logarithmic curve happening. Bye-bye. Now I'm just plugging in random numbers to see what happens. That's boring. I'm literally just plugging in random numbers, don't mind me. Oh! I'm sorry, I'm just admiring this beautiful art that's happening in front of our eyes. I know, it's like one of those Windows backgrounds. Okay, I should stop doing this. But I like it a lot. Alright, what do we actually want to happen? Let's get back to the drawing board and think about a little bit of math. So this is curving off. I'm calculating it from the forward. Actually, okay. No, wait. I don't want to do that. So we start by adding 45 degrees first. Is that even what's happening? It's going in that direction. So that's okay. And then it goes what if I did something different? What if I just increased the scale of the entity a little bit each time it went in a circle? And then we kept track of the previous scale, or I guess the current scale. So then starts at 1, and then the current scale, I don't know, I'm just doing arbitrary numbers for testing. Alright, new test. Just dropped. Oh! That did not work. Where did we go wrong? So the object length times the current scale. Oh, we're not calculating the rotation. No, that should be fine. We're not rotating quite yet. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. This one's not very satisfying compared to the last one. This isn't going to change anything. So I'm adding the scaled vector forward, the object length times the scale. Why is that not placing it in the right position? Oh, you're right. It's probably on the previous scale. No, still not working. Oh, here. Hmm. Oh, because it's copying the whole transform of the parent. Um, that's probably, I don't need to necessarily, no. Hmm. Hi, welcome to the stream and Twitch. Welcome back. We're just coding. Let's see. So what am I doing wrong here? Get forward. That can happen whenever. So we copy the parent's transforms for the same scale of the parent. And then we multiply our scale by more, which we probably don't need to do this exactly. I could probably do this differently. I could probably just like add, let's see. Let's see. Instead of multiplying the scale again, I could just increment it. Yeah. That probably makes sense. And we're affecting the world transform. Confusingly, I could just use the local transform and increase it by a little bit. So I could just not do this. And could just do like let's see. I need to think for 5 seconds. So we're placing our entity forward, and then, or we're looking forward, and then we need to move forward the scale of the previous object. So we want to move forward the scale of the world transform scale of the parent. So we could get like equals parent dot world transform dot scale. So that's the scaling of our parent. And then it's going to be uniformly scaled, so we could just do, this is kind of silly, but just take a random component of the parent scale and then place our object forward and then rotate it. And then right now we're not ever increasing the parent scale, or we're not increasing anyone's scale, so then we'll want to, if we scale it up, it will, what direction does it like scale up in? Like, is it gonna pull itself backwards a little? Probably. That might, this might be a little more annoying than I want. Okay, that just made a circle. That's not, yeah, it's not scaling at all, because I didn't set it to. But I wonder if we increase the scale by just a little bit, which direction it scales in. How it's set up in the voxel object editor might determine that. But I mean, if I could, yeah, let me just test and see. Yeah, the pivot will matter. If it's gonna scale like in all directions, that'll move it backwards and mess this up too. So I guess we can just, I'll just like randomly increment this by something small, which is cheap. And then I just want to test and see what happens. So if we segment current dot local transform, what do I want to do here? Okay, that's actually, oh no. That's actually what I wanted to happen. It's just happening too fast and by too much. But so just scaling the local transform by a little bit means it's not compounding with the previous scale as much. But let's see. But it does scale up by a lot, so we need to make that number really small, or make that number like grow logarithmically, which would make me have to do some math, which is sad. I'm gonna try just making it really small for now, but it's still just gonna get way too big over time, especially with scale. But it is a spiral. I do really want, can you do non-uniform scaling in the script editor? Without, or let's see. because that would be pretty chill, but I don't know. Okay, that's really cool. So I can do non-uniform scaling as long as I'm scripting and not trying to do it in the transform tool. So that's cool. So we can, so that'll be the Z. Cool. Let's see. So I'm still gonna do this. The parent scale can still be this, but we'll just do local transform dot scale dot set Z. Oh, I think it double clicked. No. No. Wait. Yeah, it's adding 1 unit. That makes sense. Oh, it's slow and it's steady, but it is spiraling. Or it's growing. So, such a small rate. That's kind of wild. Okay. That's so funny. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. This is the spiral we've all dreamed of. Well, I don't know about us all. That's so cool. I guess I always go into admin for non-uniform scaling, but it's really good to know that you can non-uniform scale just with scripting. Okay, so we have a spiral, but yeah, it's like a spiral web. I do want... It still starts off small, even if... Oh, it's not basing on the parent. Well, I can make a new snowflake branch template called spiral branch, and it'll start off really small. Spiral segment. I'll make for template. Oh, wait. What am I clicked on? No. Okay. Trigger volume. That's fine. But this spiral segment, new template. Sweet. And then we'll just set this here. Ooh. That's weird. Why does it increase? Oh. Here. This current scale equals, so in start we'll just grab the scale the Z component of the scale. Let's do current scale Z here so that it's pretty clear what we're talking about. Oops. Here we go. And you're starting to feel anxious because of, oh, is it because of the spider web? I don't want anyone feeling anxious. Okay. So this should start small. It was scaling up. Oh, it's still doing that. Current scale Z. This will transform dot scale dot set z to oops. No. Oh, this is just the generator. I need to set the first segment to have the correct Z scale and current scale. Okay, so scale dot world transform dot or segment dot world transform dot scale dot Z yeah, it does not matter what the scale of this object is. It's still scaling up so much. Why? I want it to start short. Like really short. Why is it? So we copy the parent transform and on starts spiral, current scale Z equals, no, that's not right, my bad. Okay, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. I was looking at this entity instead of the segment entity. So then just for debug, I will have a property called like start spiral equals, it'll start true. And then, or I'll just expose active. Actually, let's just not do it in a debug way. Let's do it in a normal way. On stop spiral. So once we stop the spiral, then we want to start deleting segments from the stack. So this should be really straightforward. I guess we can have like a state manager. Because there's like active, we do want this timer to still be going, so we want some stuff to be happening, but it'll just depend on the state of the spiral, whether it's growing or shrinking. So we could be like private spiral state growing, shrinking, none equals none. So until we start doing anything, we'll just have the state be none, and then once we start the spiral, this dot spiral state equals growing, and once we stop the spiral, so we could just do if the state equals growing. Let's just have a little fun with it. Make a little enum of our states. Okay. Then, so if the spiral's growing, then we do this. On each interval, we spawn the next segment. Otherwise, if the spiral state is shrinking, then we'll do shrinking, whatever. Oh. Whoops. There we go. Else do nothing. Okay. So on stop spiral, the state is shrinking. Active is still true. We don't need to add this initial thing. We don't need to push it. We don't need to do anything. We just need to say it's time to shrink. I guess we could call the first shrink if we want. And then we'll call this despawn, I guess. Previous segment. So what we want to do is segment to despawn equals this dot segments dot pop. So that's just gonna pop the last element that we added to the array. It's gonna take it out of the array and then it's gonna store it in this segment to despawn. And then we need to actually get rid of it. Right now it's out of the array, but it's not out of the game. So this dot game dot remove entity segment to despawn. Oh, if segment to despawn exists, then we'll get rid of it. And we'll just do that every interval of seconds. We can make that interval more fun, but for now we'll keep it at this because we've still got some time. But we need to set up the clicking thing and so on. So if we are in the shrinking state, then this dot despawn previous segment and reset the timer. Also, when we do stop spiral, I'm also going to reset the timer. And I'm also going to call despawn previous segment one time, just so it starts like immediately. And what I'm going to do is, what's the easiest way that I could test this? Okay, this is really lame, but this is just going to be so I can see it happen. To start, I don't even know, what do I call it? Toggle spiral. True. Spiral state equals, okay, so I'm just gonna have a little toggle that turns it on and off. I also want to make sure that if we don't have any more segments left, we don't do anything. So if segments is empty, then we'll just return. I know I'm overwriting it, but we'll still return. So I'm just not gonna hopefully ever try to delete something that's not there. Okay, so our toggle's there. So the spiral's growing, and then if I turn this off, it should start shrinking. And then it shouldn't bug out if it runs out of pieces. It should just do nothing. There shouldn't be an error though. Amazing. So we have a spiral that can grow and shrink. And, well, I got rid of it. Okay, cool. We're still here. Ooh. Unique behavior. Ooh. Okay, well, that's interesting. But let me get rid of all of this snowflake stuff. First of all, this says click screen to spawn spirals. Let me get rid of, there's a snowflake generator in here somewhere. I want to get rid of it. Snowflake, go away. Well, what if I animated the scale of the branches when they spawn? Would it look weird? I think it would look good. I think my animation script is target scale is current scale. Animate on start. I don't know. Target scale is current scale. I don't know if my animation script will work with this. No, it didn't. Okay, I'll make my own, I guess. I think this is broken anyways. But an animation would be cool. So, let's see. I could give it a scale, a target scale, and then it does its animation. Let's do the clicking first. I think that's worthwhile, though. I just think I'll have to write it. I can't use something I've already written. Okay. Now let's make it work so that, oh, I needed to update that. Did I break this? How did I break this? What did I do? Oh, the spiral's not toggled. Okay. Wait, now I'm interested. Does it actually work with my other script? Whoa. That's so cool. How did you get a emoji in the name of your script? That's not animating. Oh. No, it's not the right scale. But that does look cooler. So we're going to make sure that that happens. How much time do I have? Okay, I have plenty of time. So let us get the clicking thing set up. Sorry, I'm very much all over the place. It's on the camera. Spawn template on clicks. I'm just gonna remix this a little bit. Yeah. Let me just remix this. So what this does is it just spawns the template. Actually, yeah. How do I want this to work? I want you to be able to spawn multiple spirals onto your screen at the same time. Whoa. What's Ash Crunch cereal box? That's cool. Okay, so if you click the mouse, you'll start a spiral. If you hold it down, as you hold it down, the spiral will keep forming. And then when you let go of the mouse button, the spiral will stop forming. If that spiral's still there, so we'll have an input controller here with the raycast that will speak to the template entity that it spawned and tell it when to start and stop. And then once it clicks again, it'll make a new entity that it's talking to. Okay, I have an idea of what I'm gonna do. So this will be spawn spiral on click. Sorry, this is not really reusable for any other purpose than this very specific purpose. So that's just how this is gonna go. We'll keep this entity has clickable, state equals pressed or unpressed. That's cool. Spawn entity, that's cool. We want that. So let's just look at our logic here. If the button is pressed and the state was unpressed, we need to know if it's held down. So this is the first press. We'll spawn the spiral, and until the mouse isn't pressed anymore, we will just let it be. Hello, Molly, you dash 10. Hi. Sorry, welcome to the stream, making spirals. Okay, so we spawn an entity. If the spawned entity is not equal null, remove the previous one. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We'll just overwrite the previous spawned entity. I don't want to delete anyone. So if we click the mouse, hi, welcome Night Girl. I'm just making a spiral generator. So if the mouse button is pressed and it wasn't pressed before, now we're in the pressed state. And we will spawn our template at the intersection, and then we will tell it to on start spiral. I guess it can start it on start, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I guess I can it'll just start. That's fine. Okay. Now, this is our entity that we talk to, and we don't want to overwrite anything that it's doing until we've already told this entity to stop doing that. So as long as if it's unpressed, if we were pressed, sorry, this logic is like, it sounds like nonsense. So if we don't have any input and the state was pressed, now we're in the unpressed state. So then the spawned entity needs to be told on, what's it called? Stop spiral? On stop spiral. And it'll just keep, and then it'll stop. I don't know. That seems pretty straightforward. Let's see what happens. Oh. This needs to be a template. Hello. How's it going? Just oh. Cocoa melon? I don't know what cocoa melon is. Is that a show? I don't know. Let's see. For youngins, I think I've heard of it, but I don't quite know. All right. So we're gonna spawn the spiral manager on click. Oh. Okay. So not working, but it's kind of interesting. Ooh. Oh yeah, we're mad. It's mad at me. And I understand because it's infinitely spawning stuff right now. Stop. Okay, sorry, computer. So this logic is wrong. If the state is pressed. Oh, this, okay, so this does this if it was unpressed. Is button pressed, mouse primary. And it wasn't previously pressed, now we're pressed. Huh. Did I spell this wrong? What did I do? On stop spiral. Oh, these are always toggled. No. Actually, let me comment that out in case I want to use this for debug later. I don't need this. And I also don't need this guy over here, infinitely spawning. So, oh, I don't want to delete it. But it's going to, it's fine. I can just spawn it back in when I need it. Set segment template? I changed the segment template? Really? Okay. Oh, no. Spiral segment. That was bad. That was a bad change. Okay, I'm gonna delete this for now. I'm sorry. Buddy. No. It's wrong. All wrong. Oh my goodness. I don't wanna. I used the wrong script. It's full of surprises. Stream is full of surprises. Alright, I was using the old script. There we go. I need this to spawn a lot faster. But it does work. I was just using the wrong script. Do you do this weekly? Yes, I do. I hadn't done it for a while, but I'm back in the game. So I will be doing this every Friday, unless I'm out of town or something, which I will be occasionally, but you should expect this every Friday and every Monday at the same time. There's an art stream, which is a little more visually exciting than this one. But that is Mondays on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, etc. Alright, so what was my problem? Oh, I didn't like the speed. It's not fast enough. We need speed. I have a need for speed. Okay, I don't need this. I think I also want to add the some color over time. So I'm not very good with mathematically adding to colors, but what if we just do, and like this is kind of sus, but I think it'd be fun if it's like fading into a different color over time. I could kind of randomize it. HSV and adjust the hue. Okay, so let's see. This current color, HSV. How does this even work? HSL, okay. And then we've got the hue SL. So we'll start and make the current color is white, but whatever the emissive's color or tint is what we'll start. So on here we can, we'll zoom in there. We could get the color, this dot entity dot get component by type, component type, voxel object. Sorry, shouldn't do that, but I'm going to. Dot time emissive. Oh, it's an old script. Dot color. There we go. I guess I don't need the hue if I'm gonna do. Why is everything called current? I don't know. This is all unnecessary. H. Get at HSL dot H. All right, and I'm gonna do a little. Yeah, rainbow-ish sounds awesome. So I'm just gonna linearly increase the hue every frame in the same cheap way that I'm doing the scale. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start with this random number as well, and we'll just adjust that. Let me just be better and do scale rate, change rate, velocity. Speed. This is a very arbitrary number with a very arbitrary name. Increment value, I don't know. Same number. Then we can adjust it as we go. Does get, can you set, okay, wait. I just want to set the H. If I do get HSL, is that gonna work? I don't know. No. But it is fun. But it didn't work. No, I never set the color. Just kidding. That's funny. $1.5. Oh, okay. So I can just do set HSL. Thank you so much for being in here and helping out. What did I do? I guess I don't need the current color setup. Here we go. Hello, hello. Oh, my bad. How's it going? Just finishing up my weekly scripting challenge. We're making a spiral that now should change color. Nope. Almost. I need to randomize that rotation. I think that would add a nice effect. Let's change this to something way bigger, like 10. Set HSL, hue 1.5. This entity, classic. We're doing the classic thing. There we go. I keep talking to the wrong entity. There we go. That's so red. Okay, we'll go back to a small number. What are the hue values? Like, what is the range of the H? Between 0 and 1. Okay, so I guess we can have a max number of segments, and then we'll just map our value between those two segments. Otherwise it'll just turn bright red really fast. So I can do that in a second. Aww, it's so beautiful. That's so gorgeous. Would you look at that? I know. Let's go. Let's go Pride Month. Okay, let's change the background color. That's so cute. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Brew Radley, for the color tip, because this is amazing. This looks so good. I can't believe it. I didn't even clamp it, so I'm a little bit confused at why it's not like so upset. But on the list of things to do, oh hi, welcome from YouTube. I'm using .bigbang to make this. .bigbang.com. It's just a it's like a game engine that's in your browser. You can play games and make games on it. And I'm in our Discord server. We've got a weekly scripting challenge, which is fractals, and I'm making a spiral generator, which is not really a fractal, which kind of is. Almost a fractal. It's like the opposite of a fractal. Actually, it's getting bigger over time, which I think is fine. But anyways, let's, oops, I click on that so often on accident. Let's change the background of this world from the, it looks too much like the snowflake generator. Let's, I think maybe white background or black will fit. Oh, or we could do like a fading color. I don't know. I'm not good at this. That's really true. Yeah. Definitely don't want to like, where did that piece go? So maybe like a nice like pink and orange, but like a faded so that these colors stick out. Oh, that's pretty cute. Maybe a little more red. We'll see. I can change this over time. Yay! I'm happy for you. This starts red before turning orange. Or it starts white. And it looks, yeah, 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 that would look really funny. Well, that's exciting. Did you get the hammock to work? Oh, that'll be cool. Um, yeah, a little just like animation kind of movement. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's what I'm about to start adding to this spiral thing as a little animation so it's not so like blocky. It really, really does. Oh no. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's the. So you're making like a pirate game? That's exciting. That sounds fun. Like a Wind Waker kind of ocean adventure. That does sound really awesome. Yeah, that sounds fun. Just like sailing around, you see another player and you're like, ah, I gotta attack. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yep, yep, definitely. Yeah, yeah, so that's cool. Like you have a kind of little bit of a safe time right when you spawn in where you can like, get set up and like get your bearings and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, literally spawn camping. It's got a whole word. Oh, why did that happen? I guess it was listening to my clicks while it was paused or something. Okay, so this is kind of randomized. It's not that random. I think it's only randomly going over. Let's do 2 pi. I just want to kind of add a little bit of variation to the start of the spiral. Like it was spawning, yeah, there we go, in the same direction every time. So now it's like kind of this, that like initial angle has a little bit more variation. Yeah, exactly. And now, let's see. I'm gonna probably animate it. I'm also gonna make these a little bigger. And I don't like my background color, actually. I've changed my mind. Maybe purple. That's, oh, that's cute. Okay, well then we're in the right zone. I want a more pink. Yeah. This looks nice. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I want the spirals bigger, I think. Do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just objects? Yeah, that should be fun. You could have anything have a message to say. Yeah. School with classes. I think I can find the sanctioned. Yeah, Charlie Zip, chatty. Yeah, or May 11 to 1 is another classic. But yeah, this one right here. I love games like that. I think it's definitely worthwhile putting in like little Easter eggs and just like fun, like I haven't played it, but I like the concept already. I can show you how to make a template. Yeah. So like yeah, I've already got the screen. It has a cat who's back for more. She's left me alone for a little while, but she's back. So like if I wanted this, so all this entity does is it has a script on it that says display text on timer. So it says click and hold to spawn. When you start the game, it says click and hold to spawn spirals for like 5 seconds, I think, and then that goes away. So if I wanted to use that in a different game, like if I wanted to make another game that had that text and I didn't want to remake it and reset these properties and stuff, I can make, and this entity also has this gizmo script on it, so it hides itself when the game starts. So if I wanted this in another game, I would go up to this, he's called Game Man, I guess that's what I called this entity. Oh, my headphones got unplugged. Okay, and I would just click, there's this template section under the entity section, and I'll just click new template, and then I'll call this one like display temporary text, or it literally can be called anything, and save it. So that's this, now my template that has all this stuff on it, and it's this, it holds everything that's on the entity. And then if I went and opened up another game and went to the template section, you can go to mine, there's featured and then mine, and you go to my section, and it has all these question mark boxes, so just ignore that. But you can just find the template that you just made. So my display temporary text, this guy that I just made, I can just like drag him into my world. So anything that you make, you can just drag into your world, and then you have that exact template, and then you can edit it and do what you want to it. But I have like, this is like all the Pocket Garden chairs and stuff are templates that are in here. And that's how they like spawn into the games, because I made these templates that have like, yeah, it has like all of the how to sit on the chair and the moving decoration stuff, and they're all templates. And I have them in a couple different games as well, so I can use the same like chair template, those exact chairs in Pocket Garden. I could use them in different games and just drag them into the game because I have that template already made. So you could make a NPC, you can make your skull guy, and add the chatty and have it so you can talk to him, and then if you made it into a template, you could drag the exact guy with the exact script and everything into whatever game you want. Yeah, it's super, super useful. Especially when like when there's stuff that you use all the time and you're like constantly kind of like setting up things to work the same across different games. It's really nice to just be able to drag it in. Exactly. Exactly. Um, Nice. Yeah. Yeah, those palm trees looked sick. I have tried so many times. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's got a little natural variation. That's true. It's hard to find a good reference in nature. Yeah, true. I liked their palm trees how they like were like bendy too. It looked really cool with all the different segments. Yeah. That's so weird. Anomaly. That seems like a difficult tree to climb. I did too. I had a climbing tree next to my house, uh, that I was obsessed with. Maybe one day we can build a ladder out of tree branches. Yes, I made it. That sounds fun though. I haven't climbed a tree in a long time. That's true. Maybe that's what my weekend plans will be. Find a good climbing tree. That sounds so nice. Oh, that sounds so nice. I went to a lake recently, but it was still too cold to swim, and the beach is still very much out of the question. Actually, it's June. I feel like swimming in water. There's a beach near me, but it's freezing cold until like late July. So I've got like a month and a half. That's cool. Oh my, I'm so jealous. That I'm extremely jealous. That's like no, I live in the middle of the city and there's not trees nor lakes nor anything anywhere near me. Oh my goodness. That's cool. I like biking a lot. That sounds nice. I live in New York City, so it's as big as it gets in terms of cities. It's alright. It's expensive. There's one in Chicago. You can get to one from Chicago. Oh, goodness. Seaweed's gross. So that's understandable. Why did I do local transform? Okay, wait. That sounds nice though. Oh, goodness. They're like losing it. That's really funny. I know. You can't really be scared of seaweed. That's terrifying. Mm-hmm. Oh god, you're like, okay, never mind. No worries. Yeah, I am gonna have, it is 5. Oh, bye Summer. Have a great weekend. Um, I was going to animate this, but I might do that later or over the weekend because I'm realizing a lot of stuff depends on the previous parent's scale for my calculations, so I'd have to kind of uh, change how that system works. So I'll probably just leave it at this. I the only thing I want to really change is the initial color of that first segment. I want it to be a different color. So what if I start it at like some random bright color like that, and then push template. Let's see what happens here. Okay, there. I like that better already. It just starts orange. Um, Actually, I'll do more red. Saturated red color. Perfect. Um, yeah, I guess it already is 5 p.m., which is the end of my stream time. So we made our little, this is, I guess I'll post my submission in Discord after this, but that's my fractal challenge. I'm glad you like it. I'm happy with how it turned out. It's very blocky, but but I think it's cute. And it's like a nice little update from the snowflake generator. Oh yeah, I need to make a new thumbnail. How am I gonna do that? Let me just, I know. I'm gonna make a big spiral and then I'll try to pause. Okay. And then I'll snap a thumbnail. Yeah, that's too small. I'll have to, let's try this again. We'll center it. Get it really big. It'll give me plenty of time. Wow, that looks crazy. Okay, that should be good. And then, oh, okay, it's paused. Ooh, and then I'll just take I'll have a little, yeah, perfect. New thumbnail. There we go. That looks cool. That looks really cool. Eat a giant lollipop. I kind of like that it's like big. Like you don't really know. If you click on that, you have like no idea what experience you're going into. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're like, wait. Well, you'll start out and you'll be like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay, I click and hold. And then you'll figure it out. That's fun. I'm happy with that. Cool. Well, I guess that's the end of my stream for today. But I'm glad you can make it. It was fun hanging out. Well, we're here to help whenever, and we're gonna be streaming in Discord more too, so we should be around. Summer will be doing art, the weekly art challenge, and different art stuff on Monday, I believe. So, yeah, and then I'll be back next Friday. But thanks for hanging out, and have an awesome weekend. Enjoy the lake. Sweet. All right. Well. Bye-bye.